Costello looking for the long pass, trying to time it. That's off the head here on the near side for Miyazato, and a throw-in coming in for Boston College. Throw-in comes for Barth, who will try to find Walk and try to send it back to Mency. Part of the game plan so far for the Eagles has been to try to rotate the field, try to get San Jose State to commit on one side and find that weak side.
And you're certainly seeing Boston College controlling a little bit more pressure, though turnover created here. Well done stepping in by Weinman.
Weinman sets up Mayo. Flag stays down, and Mayo trying to track it into the far side of the box, and a good steal defensively by Bella Douglas.
It was good position there, but just couldn't quite control that ball to be able to settle for his shot. It just bounced on her, maybe one hop, and then here's the speed of Segala.
Segala up the wing to the left side, has Richards and Barth in the box, tries to sidestep the defender, backflip by Barth. Oh my! Golazo! Unselfish play for the Eagles leads to the tally, and Ella Richards finds the back of the net for the second time this season.
Richards is there to finish it, but it's just wonderfully done, and that's where the speed of Segala is such a huge weapon on the outside. She just blisters past going on that far left side. And then how about the touch from Andy Barth to be able to just knock it into a perfect spot that's understanding where your players are. So Barth on the right wing comes all the way across the field to the far left side of the box to make that touch. And then Richards reads it beautifully and then just has to beat the keeper one-on-one and does, getting it by Benta Perno. Wonderfully done overall. Segala and Barth both get credit for assists there on the 7th-minute goal.
As you talked about, that back heel pass by Barth, really just knowing where Richards was going to be. The junior, her 2nd goal of the season, her 13th goal of her career. Also picked up the goal against Long Beach State. So it's the Eagles with their first lead of the season. Pass was trying to connect there with Barth, but a miscommunication. It'll be a goal kick coming up for San Jose State. Now, it's a Spartans team that has faced some deficits this year. They were able to get a goal back against Santa Clara, the 19th ranked team. It was Taylor Phillips scoring the equalizer on that one before they fell 2-1 to the Broncos. Goal kick goes to the right side, and one there at midfield by the Eagles.
It's so important to get off to that start if you're Boston College. I mean, the one thing that goes a little bit under the radar of this start, as that one is knocked out by Segala, is that BC has scored 4 goals in their last 2 games, and you think 4 goals in 2 games, that's fairly decent offensive output, especially for the early part of the season. But as you said, it's all come from behind in the scores, so to be able to get on the front foot, to be able to score early and then be able to really control the type of game that the Eagles want to play, that's a really crucial piece here for Jason Lowe and company.
Try to keep that pace here, as going back defensively was Mency. Turns it over on the near side to Kennedy Mayo. Now, it's a team that really feels like they've played quality football in the last couple of games, especially against South Carolina. But even going back to that game against Long Beach State for Boston College, a span of 16 minutes where they feel like, you take away those 15 minutes, a little chaotic there, where Laramie scores 4 goals, a program record for Long Beach State. But the Eagles were in it minus that. They picked up an own goal and a goal by Richards in that 4-2 loss. And even going back to that season opener against Cal State Fullerton, good opportunities. Bella Douglas was involved. A lot of new faces in that first game, getting some action. And you can tell Jason Lowe feels like he has the puzzle pieces. It's just about getting everything in an organized set.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about new names this year, but it's old players stepping into new roles, into more increased roles, and trying to fill out the card. And I think the thing you've seen is offensively there is potential there. Now it's about shoring up the back end as well.
Veteran presence of Soraya Costello and Sonia Walk in the midfield, who drops down to that defensive position when needed. Ava McNeil getting her first opportunities at the starting position. Fourth consecutive start this year for McNeil, who's just a sophomore from Rosendale, Massachusetts. Foul there assessed by Kevin Morrison, who will get a free kick just beyond midfield here for San Jose State. Tina Estrada in her second season at the helm for the Spartans. A 9-8-8 career record, all at San Jose State. Won the Mountain West Championship in her first season. Was named head coach back on April 8th of 2022.
Star player in her own right at Santa Clara. Was part of the connection for that first game, and then decided to come to Boston. There's a couple of connections with Northeastern, and an AD formerly at Northeastern, now out at San Jose State, so that's part of the connection there. So you come on this Boston trip early on in the season. Just the second series of games that San Jose State has ever played in the Eastern time zone.
Get a chance to fly back a little early with this early start. There's a chance on the near side looking for Barth. The pass from Segala was just out of reach for Barth. It's gonna be another goal kick coming up for San Jose State. Part of that defense that really helped Estrada and the Spartans team last year in the Mountain West Championship. A dominant effort to win the conference title. Did not concede a goal in 310 minutes. Trying to keep that defensive focus here this season.
Yeah, I had to go to penalty kicks in a couple of those games in the semi and the final, but as you said, brilliant defensively in a league that was really log-jammed at the top, where there were 5 teams separated by a game in the Mountain West standings a year ago. So that's why 6-3-2 was good enough to have a share of the regular season title.
So headed towards us. Out of play for the throw-in. So many good teams this year as well. In the Mountain West, look at San Diego State. Fresno State should also have a great season. Wyoming was the favorite a year ago. They'll also return some key players.
Well, so far, Boston College done a nice job limiting the Spartans' ability to develop and build up from the back. It's been mostly a counter here, a counter there, one pass and through when San Jose State's got their opportunities, just like this one.
Defensive letdown. Flokini was the one looking on the left side. She had Cello, but
Cello had to hold up to avoid going offside. That's why she stopped. Otherwise, there was a clean look there, so just a touch ahead. But that's the kind of play that the Eagles will try to shore up, but they have certainly limited the development piece. San Jose State's built up from their attackers, and they do so again here.
Cross comes in, but it's going to go out of play. And on back-to-back sequences, Boston College's defense has turned it over. That's what led to South Carolina's first goal on Thursday night, a turnover on the defensive end, and allowed Shea O'Rourke to just go in all alone on Vipka Villabrandt. How do they shore that up here in this game where they do have a 1-0 lead?
Well, and this is why having a game like this with a team that is pressing a bit like San Jose State is important before you get into conference play, because it is giving you some of looks of what you'll see in the ACC, where some teams will go up high and try to press a little bit. It's just being confident and sure-handed, work back when you need to, use your keeper when you need to, and avoid trying kind of the hero ball to get through.
Throw-in will come in from the far side. Spartans in 2021 finished 4-6-1 in the Mountain West, 7-11-1 overall. They had missed the tournament the last 2 years. Made the conference tournament back in 2019, lost to New Mexico in the first round of the Mountain West Championship. We told you back in 2018 they won the Mountain West Championship. That year they also made the NCAA tournament, falling to UCLA in the first round, scored 5-0. So opportunities, as Estrada was part of the coaching staff that helped build this program, now taking over in year 2. It's another turnover here, just outside the defensive third for the Eagles. Cello cuts it back to the left, takes a peek up, gets across, but the shot is forced out of play by Claire Mency.
Still good development, though, to force the corner as Cello comes around the outside, knows she has Costello beat, and at a minimum puts it in the middle where all that Mency could do was clear it out and force the second corner kick of the game for San Jose State.
So corner will be here on the near side of the field. Taylor Phillips is in charge of the set pieces for the Spartans. She'll head to the corner to set this one up. Official telling the subs on the near side they have to move away from the corner in their warming up process. Phillips sends it in, a high cross into the box, punched out. Villabrandt might have gotten a piece of it.
Yeah, I think she did. It was a really good play and made contact at the end of it with Sabrina Weinman, who's down for San Jose State. That's one of those just 50-50 balls. Nothing is intentionally malicious there, just that dangerous area with two players going up for a ball, and Villabrandt did a good job to get there first. Remember, the differences in the college game, if it's your first time tuning into college versus what you might see at a pro and international level, is the clock does have the ability to stop on an injury and no stoppage time.
Yeah, and I love that Kevin Morrison immediately signaled for the stoppage, knew that this was contact to the head, and we see it more and more in the games that are evolving, that officials are stopping play whenever there's a head injury to make sure that player gets the treatment that they need and they're safely brought to the sideline. So on the near side, Weinman will wait for the play to resume to get back out onto the pitch. Be a goal kick coming up for Wiebke Villabrandt, the product out of Germany, making her 4th start this season. 40th career start in a Boston College kit. 12 wins in her career. Long ball looking for Barth. Barth gonna try to catch up to it on the far side, gets by one defender, cuts it back into the inside. Barth, near side shot, punched out by Pierno. Good read by Benta Pierno to force that outside as Barth was looking for the far side post.
Well, a lot of really good work there on both sides. Sapienza with just an excellent through ball, and then Barth with a couple of nifty moves, tiptoeing the goal line to get in position to take the shot. Was still a tough angle on it, but was kind of one-on-one at that point, and a good save. And then you credit Evan House, the defender, for being in good position on the backside to clear that ball out.
House, the senior from California, was a Long Beach State transfer. Last season started in 17 of her 20 appearances for the Spartans. House, one of the 3 captains as well for San Jose State. This one's gonna roll out towards the far side. It's gonna be a throw-in for the Spartans. Looked like Taylor Phillips was the one trying to catch up with it on the far side of the field. Phillips scored the first goal of the season for San Jose State. That came against Santa Clara in their 2-1 loss. On the far side, Mayo Jr., also a transfer, came from Arizona State after a sophomore season, registered 1 goal on a few shots, picked up 3 assists as well in 16 matches for the Sun Devils. Mency takes that one away. A turn by Walk, was looking to the near side for Barth, instead goes back towards Costello. And you've mentioned this a couple of times, Eric, the way BC has become patient from that back line. They've been trying to set up these runs down the wing. It's going to lead to a throw-in in the attacking third.
Yeah, everything so far from the kind of final third out has been really solid for BC. And now just about shoring up some of those passes from the back line. But again, you credit the Spartans for the pressure they're putting on, for making life difficult on that back line.
Sapienza, a little too aggressive there, is called for the foul, the senior.
Remember the Eagles, who were so sure on the back line a year ago for years with Michaela Gresti as that lead center back. And now putting some, again, not new faces to the program, but some people in different spots, kind of filling out that back line this year. And then you bring in the freshman Bella Douglas playing on the left side.
And it helps with that versatility we've talked about with Claire Mency, who can be put in a position anywhere on the pitch that really helps this team. And Jason Lowe has really utilized that to his advantage, especially to start this year. First couple of games, Mency coming off the bench, has received 2 straight starts on the defensive side of the ball. Throw in on the far side. This is in the attacking third here for San Jose State. Just 2 shots so far in this game, both of them coming from Boston College. No shots on goal for San Jose State. They do have 2 corners to Boston College's 0. Mayo trying to take that back. It's going to lead to a corner. So the 3rd corner coming up for the Spartans. A 7th-minute goal by Ella Richards has put Boston College on top 1-0 here in Newton, Massachusetts. Luis Sanchez joined alongside Eric Galanti. Happy to be with you here on a lovely Sunday afternoon. Corner from the far side from Phillips. Nice line drive, gets in towards the backside. It was sent in by Flokini, but then cleared out by the BC defense.
Not a bad try, just didn't quite have the accuracy on it. Was wide of the net and allowed Bella Douglas to clear.
It's back on the near side, trying to get it was Cello, and Cello has been up and down the pitch, trying to play defense and offense here for the Spartans. Right now, it's Mayo and Cello, the 2 up top, with some support there from Bella Flokini. Another long pass through the middle. That's off the top of the foot, and Barth's going to come in to try to cut it across, and Piernell diving at the top of the box to make the stop. And all 5-4 of Benta Piernell, the product out of Geleen, the Netherlands, doing everything she can to keep this a 1-0 game.
Well, certainly not shy on the aggressiveness there. Had to commit to that early going in against Barth and made a good read to get to it.
In her 4th start of the season for Piernell. Had 20 saves coming into today, picked up the victory against Northeastern, had 3 saves in that matchup against the Huskies. Last season was a Mountain West all-tournament team selection and an all-conference 2nd team honoree. Richards, excuse me, that's Douglas actually on the far side that tried to catch up with it. It just rolls out of play, so a throw-in coming from the far side of the field.
First time we've seen Douglas in this game that far up the field on the left side. Showing a little bit of a different wrinkle.
It goes into the crowd. So throw-in now favors Boston College, and we'll have our first substitutes of the game coming in for the Eagles. It's going to be Riley Kerber, the sophomore midfielder, and the freshman Ava Fewley will check in for her 3rd appearance of the season. Fewley saw 9 minutes against Cal State Fullerton and 16 minutes against Long Beach State. Andy Barth will head to the sideline along with sophomore Sydney Segala.
This is one of the things that Jason Lowe is excited about with this year's group, that he's got some first years and even some sophomores who he feels like have a real chance to contribute, but they are not in a spot where they have to be relied upon so heavily as starting in some of those positions. And you get good examples of it here. So it allows you to have a little bit more depth, especially on the offensive side, where you can spell a Barth, you can spell some different players here and there. Segala can come out for a bit, and it allows you to have some fresher bodies out on the pitch throughout the course of the full 90.
San Jose State with some subs as well. Bella Flokini and Taylor Phillips check out. It's Cynthia Flores and Carissa Rubel who check in for the Spartans. Back on the near side, Walk will take it away. McNeil looking for the open pass. Stays patient in her approach. We'll go back to the defensive unit here. .23 minutes remaining here in the first half. Kerber, nice fake there, now rides the line. Nope, just went over the line, so it'll be a goal kick. Looked for a second there, she might have kept it safely tight on the line, but the flag goes up and a goal kick coming. Eagles have taken the lead early in this one. It's Ella Richards, her 2nd of the season, to give BC a 1-0 lead.
Handball there on Govan as came up, got a little bit of an odd bounce, so that'll stay with the Spartans.
About midfield here for the free kick. Looks like Jordan Roel will take it in her 4th start of the year. Played a season high 80 minutes against Santa Clara. Nice boot towards the top of the box, trying to sneak in behind. It's cleared out by Douglas. Another great effort on the far side by Cynthia Flores, one of the fresh subs coming in. A foul against San Jose State leads to a free kick for Boston College. Jason Lowe, his 5th season here with the Eagles. Helped lead Wake Forest to back-to-back NCAA tournaments. Now trying to help Boston College get right back to the NCAA tournament. The Eagles have not been there since 2018. They fell in the first round to Hofstra by a score of 4-1. Chance here for the Spartans now to get back into the attacking zone. Lineman trying to force it deeper in, and some more subs coming for San Jose State. Karina Barkmeyer will check in along with Hope Northrup, a freshman from Elk Grove, California. Played for IR Academy, was a multi-sport athlete in high school. Also excelled in softball. BC really sending the pressure here to try to force this ball away, and that's going to go off the foot of the Eagles. So it's going to lead to a corner kick. Looked like McNeil was the one trying to apply the pressure there and just got a piece of it.
Well, it's been impressive here how San Jose State's been able to build up corners. It's 4-0 now in corners in favor of the Spartans.
Rubel will send it in. High cross towards the top of the box. Headed out of trouble. Roel sends it right back in. 3 San Jose State players were in on the box, but the offside flag goes up.
Well, there's a couple different things. Yeah, the offside flag stayed down. It was almost as if everyone stopped just assuming it would be up. There were 3 white jerseys. That was really well done. As they decided to go wider with that kick, it was forced out, and then Boston College put a lot of pressure on, and the Eagles dodged one there in a big way.
Another chance here. Service from the top of the box. That's a line drive that was hit. Ball still loose. Villabrandt went to the right side, and now it's cleared out.
Well, that time the Spartans were arguing that it may have come up and hit Mencey's hand. I don't think it did, though it was close. Boy, that's 2 in a row. Wonderful opportunities for San Jose State that just go by the wayside.
And now the Eagles were trying to counter there. A foul against Cunningham gives the free kick to the Eagles, but you said it right. That was a line drive kick that might have gotten a piece of a body. At least San Jose State thought it did. They were asking for the free kick or the penalty kick in the box. Mencey will get the free kick here just beyond midfield. Little chaotic there for the Eagles, but they regroup. Mencey sends the service into the box right over towards Perneau. Well, Perneau, since giving up that first goal in the 7th minute, has gotten more aggressive in the box, calling for it and making a line to make the saves. Header won by Douglas. At midfield, battled for now by Cunningham. Eagles will take it back away. 2 Eagles waiting to sub in here on the near side. Aislinn Stryzik, the junior transfer from Alabama.
Once again, the aggressiveness. I mean, the one thing you see in goal is Perneau at just 5'4", that's shorter than you're normally going to see in terms of a keeper. But again, that aggressiveness and cutting down angles makes up for quite a bit of that.
Perneau won 2 Freshman of the Week honors last season back on October 17th and September 26th. Took over as the starting keeper in her freshman season and started the final 17 matches of the year. You can see why Estrada is pretty happy with that decision. Richards scores! Right place, right time for Ella Richards. And she notches the brace here against San Jose State.
Well, for the second time in the right spot is Richards, and she's going to come out now and get spelled. This is where the ability for Richards to play back to goal really becomes important. Again, Jason Lowe has talked quite a bit about her size as being able to get into good spots. And that time kind of just took advantage. It looked like San Jose State had made a play on it, but again, just a little bit off kilter from that back line. And the Eagles take advantage once again.
A goal in the 7th minute and a goal in the 29th for Ella Richards as she notches the brace. As you said, quickly headed to the sideline to get a breather here for the Eagles. Now matches her goal total from a year ago, had 3 last year.
And credit Douglas, too, for just a wonderful ball in, and you get just that little bit of an overrun from Miyazato. We talked about that matchup, Richards against Miyazato on the line there, but that's really well done, and Bella Douglas with her first career point as an Eagle with the assist.
Freshman. He's played well today. Perrineau tries to send this one upfield. Mency will head it back towards midfield. This one back towards Villabrandt, who will settle it. Hasn't been tested too much. 2 good chances for San Jose State. One was on a anticipated offside. The play just stopped. This one, another ball deeper into the zone. It's going to be cleared out by the Spartans. And a couple of chances on the corners as the Spartans have earned more corners than Boston College. 5-0 in favor of San Jose State. Another back heel pass here for the Eagles, trying to find that into the box, but it's cleared out. On the near side, it was Barkmeyer who got a foot on it. Kayla Fortenberry checking in for Tatiana Cunningham for San Jose State. Sophia Lowenberg, who scored a goal against South Carolina, subs in for Emily Sapienza. Pass on the near side for McNeil. McNeil, a U14 NPL national champion in 2017. Was also selected for the national training pool from 2016 to 2017. Eagles again go back defensively. This is kind of the approach.
And especially now at 2-0, right? I mean, there's no reason to try to challenge, even with San Jose State playing some of their forwards up as high as they are, led by Mayo. Not that you need to go totally in a defensive posture, but you can certainly afford to play a touch more conservative.
The Eagles will do that here with 14 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been Ella Richards leading the charge for Boston College. A goal in the 7th minute and a goal in the 29th. It's her 4th career brace for the Eagles. Picked up 3 as a freshman. This one headed towards the backside. Kerber tries to get it to the far side. Punched out by Perrineau. That ball still live on the back line, and now the Spartans will clear it.
It was Feely coming in to try to make that play. And boy, it looked like it just sat there on the line for a moment, but good job by Perrineau to go find it and at least knock it out for the moment. But the Eagles continuing their pressure right now. Most notably, you look at the shots overall at just 5-3, but on target, all 5 of the Eagles' shots have been on target. So they have made their opposing keeper work.
There's a shot, drive, then punched out again by Perrineau.
That's a really good try by Govin, and it'll set up the first corner of the game for Boston College. So often you see a midfielder come in and just try to launch that, and it sails high. Govin, by going on the ground, avoided that, and again, forcing the keeper to make a save, and you give credit when they do.
Govin will head to the corner for the set piece. Line drive, that one on top of the net. Substitution on the near side will check in. It's going to be Jenna Loggins, the senior from Covina, California. Last season made 10 appearances, totaled 102 minutes of action, did not play as a sophomore for the Spartans. Long ball off the foot, so turned over there at midfield by San Jose State. Quick throw in for the Eagles. Trying to go right back towards the line. Ava Feely had that chance more recently for the Eagles. Costello looking to the near side for McNeil. Cuts it back towards the inside, takes a peek upward. Settled by Govin. Govin trying to find Lowenberg. Nice touch pass to the near side, and it's going to be sent to the corner again for Feely. And it looks like Feely was offside, just riding that back line. So it'll be a free kick coming up in their own defensive third here for San Jose State. 34th minute here in Newton, Massachusetts. As Boston College leads San Jose State by a score of 2-0. Luis Sanchez, happy to be with you alongside Eric Galanti here on ACC Network Extra. Glad to have the season back with us. NCAA women's soccer on the network. Spartans trying to figure out the right location here for the free kick. Seen a couple of their services really lead to good chances, just unable to put it on target. This one flicked back and out of play.
Depending on where that goes out, that went off of BC, but it stays on the near side of the flag, so it's just a deep throw for San Jose State.
So it's right there, right by the flag. It looked like it might have been able to roll out the other way, but instead it took a spin. And San Jose State now will get the throw in. So that pass on the near side for Loggins was just too far in front beyond the defense. So another offside, and free kick comes up for the Eagles. We told you about this Mountain West Championship team last year. The 3 seed for San Jose State. It defeated #1 Wyoming in penalty kicks after scoreless 110 minutes of play. Estrada and her coaching staff trying to get right back into the fold in the Mountain West this season. They didn't lose too much last year. They bring back a lot of key pieces, including the sophomore goalkeeper and Benta Pierno. A couple of the saves so far here today. You can see why they're so excited about the growth and development of a player like Pierno.
And even as his second-year head coach, but this is year number 6 on staff for Tina Estrada, so has been part of the highs and lows of this program, was on the staff when San Jose State had last made an NCAA tournament in 2018 prior to last season.
Pierno, Miyazato, Phillips, and Jada Wilson, all part of the all-tournament team a year ago. It's quality experience. I know the result wasn't what they wanted in the NCAA tournament, but you win a conference championship, you make it to the dance, and you take that experience as a program, you try to build off of that.
It certainly doesn't help when you have that regional national power in Stanford that's an obvious team to go against in an NCAA tournament first round. A couple of their appearances have had to be against Stanford.
Loggins a little too heavy on the touch, had a great chance.
Just a touch, and that's kind of been the story of the day here for San Jose State. They have had times in the box. It's mostly been off counters or creating off turnovers. But the big difference in this game, 3 shots, none on goal for San Jose State, 6 shots, all of them on goal for Boston College, and 2 have gone in.
Yeah, we've told you about the chances on the corners, 5-1 in favor of San Jose State. So again, not because they haven't had opportunities, they just got to make the most of them when they do have them. Definitely a point of emphasis for Tina Estrada going into the halftime locker room. Kerber now tries to spin away from some trouble, has McNeil, and McNeil just kicks it off the boot. It'll be a throw-in coming up. 2 subs on the near side for the Eagles. It's going to be Jada Tuffin checking in and Maddie Landers. Both freshmen. Landers saw some action against South Carolina, played 10 minutes in that matchup against the Gamecocks.
And when you're up 2, Jason Lowe can maybe even go a touch deeper on his card than he might normally in a first half, be able to spell some of his starters. Remember, once you come out, you can't return in the first half, but then free substitutions in the second half at the college level.
Aislinn Stryzik got a hand on that one, so it leads to a free kick. We told you earlier, Stryzik, a Alabama transfer, coming over to the Eagles after 27 games last year with the Crimson Tide. Picked up 2 goals, 1 assist for 5 points.
It's really interesting to see. So Jason Lowe has had kind of 2 players of similar backgrounds in Stryzik and Sapienza, players who were forwards on College Cup teams who maybe weren't starting on those teams, but certainly had experience there, experience with winning programs, but then looking for an opportunity to have an even more increased role still in a power conference team like Boston College. Stryzik last year with Alabama, and then Sapienza a couple of seasons ago with Rutgers.
Lowenberg was the one offside there for the Eagles. So free kick coming up on the near side. And Perneau is just going to try to send this one downfield for the Spartans. Trying to get in behind the defense was Flores, but that one bounces right to Villabrandt. She'll hold on here, rolls it over to the near side for Costello. Kerbert turns. Advantage played on here on the near side. Running into some bodies was Landers, and now Landers trying to get it over for Lowenberg. It's a good pass that gets it towards the goal line. Lowenberg sends a cross in, but it's going to go out of play. Well, we talked about the freshmen for the Eagles, but also this sophomore class. Maybe didn't see a lot of playing action, but very talented sophomore class. Seeing some more action this year. Lowenberg, 4th game of action, played 90 minutes against Cal State Fullerton. Told you about the goal she scored against South Carolina. It was the first goal in that game for the Eagles.
And she's a good example of someone that, as a freshman last year, really got thrust into a role and had to start pretty much the whole season, started all but 5 games a year ago, whereas this year there's more movement. He can start. Again, a lot of that had to do with Sonia Walk a year ago, as they kind of play a similar role, similar position in that natural 6 position. And Walk, who was with the Canadian national team for the early part of the season, playing as part of the Team Canada U20 Women's World Cup in Costa Rica last August, and then having to kind of catch up from that. So this year, again, it's a similar spot. Lowenberg can come in, spell Walk when Boston College needs it, and it's a similar theme for some of these other younger underclassmen.
In the 42nd minute here in Newton, Massachusetts. It's been all Boston College here in the first half, a 2-0 lead over San Jose State. Spartans trying to create a turnover here. Instead, it's touched by Lowenberg on the left side. Eagles trying to send the ball down towards Kerber. Not enough on that one, as Perneau will just hold on. It's a good idea looking for Kerber here. She was all alone. Pass just not accurate enough. Now Logan's gonna race for this one on the far side with Mency. Mency gonna use the size, just clear that one out of play for the throw-in. Yeah, I think for San Jose State, it's a good opportunity here, closing down the first half to try to get some momentum going into halftime in that second half. Throw-in, it's flicked back by Logan, it's gonna go out of play. The Eagles picked 14th in the ACC. It's going to be a tough road for any team in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Duke, Florida State, Pittsburgh, Virginia, Clemson, Miami, NC State. They're all going to have great seasons.
I mean, it's amazing. You don't play every team in the league. It's an unbalanced schedule, and it rotates every year. But Boston College got every one of the ranked ACC teams on their schedule this year. And it's kind of just the luck of the draw, how it goes. But it's important when you look at the conference, and that's why these building blocks early in the season against some of these tough NCAA tournament caliber opponents can be really important.
Eagles inching downfield here with 1:15 remaining on the clock. Kept in nicely by Stryzek. Trying to find the pass. It was taken away, and now off the body. Lowenberg trying to track it down inside the attacking zone here for the Eagles. Some support. Now through the middle for Govin. Govin tries to line up the shot, curled towards the left side, but sails out of play. "45 seconds remain before halftime. Pernil gonna send this one upfield. And BC will just try to kill the rest of the time here in the first half as they send it back towards Villabrandt. Another chance off the turnover for the Spartans. Trying to sneak in behind. It was Barkmeyer. She gets pushed down at the top of the box.
That's a really good job of team defense there. You have Jada Tuffin and Costello, and they work together, and because Tuffin's there, Costello has an opportunity flag up there on BC. Costello can force her defensive play a little bit more and take that ball away. That was well done on the back line.
Well, after
wonderful job finishing so far. And it just kind of shows you to have that finisher up front. Someone that Boston College missed for quite a bit of time last year. Richards, who missed 7 games a season ago, a lot of that in the heart of the ACC. And it really matters. You have those creators, but having that finisher up front is so crucial to have that striker there. And it's really a luxury for the Eagles to have her back.
You can see Boston College quickly trying to find Richards at the top of the box there on their first possession. Here's San Jose State on the counter. Trying to find it to the left side. Riding the line was Mayo, and the flag is up here on the near side. Also had an opportunity to try to find Phillips, who was on the lower side of the field. But the flag goes up, and it's a free kick coming up. Boston College to start here in the second half. Get you some first half stats. Shots were 7-3 Boston College, 6 of which were shots on goal. 5-1 the corners favored San Jose State. 7 fouls against Boston College, 5 fouls against the Spartans. 4 saves made by Benta Pernil.
And I think those shots on target number is really the thing that stands out. Falco against the Spartans here. A lot of times you'll talk about which team can finish better. And the Eagles have certainly finished, but I actually think it's even less about that in this particular game and more about which team has been more efficient with their opportunities and forcing the goalkeepers to make a save, to make a play. And when you look at, Boston College is out shooting San Jose State 7-3, but you look at the 6 of 7 shots on target versus 0 of 3 shots on target, that's really the big impact in this game.
Here's a chance into the box, and Pernil will glove it out of the air.
Because if you get 6 shots on target, more times than not, at least one of those is going to slip past.
Well, the 2 chances for San Jose State, the first one was where Villabrandt was coming in out of the corner trying to get the cross out of the air. There's a collision there, so a foul was awarded to Boston College. And then the second time, the offside flag stayed down, but it looked like San Jose State and Boston College, for that matter, both stopped playing, assuming that the offside would be called. Both teams with good opportunities. It's Boston College starting here the second half with more chances as they push it back downfield. Richards with 2 goals. It's the 4th time in her career that she's had a brace in her collegiate career. Barth now trying to get that ball back away for the Eagles. Flag stays down, so a clean play by Andy Barth on the far side. You can't miss her with the neon-colored cleats. Back inside was trying to get that pass towards Sapienza. Andy Barth, another player at Boston College, just waiting to break out. So he's seen plenty of opportunities, has been involved in the offense in every game so far this season. Back to the near side. It's Segala trying to get it through, but forced back off the foot. Costello will like to get it back to Villabrandt. You can see San Jose State still trying to put the pressure on, force Boston College deep and into a mistake. Trying to ride this one down the far side is Barth. As Burns defending her on the far side, Barth tries to spin away. Good footwork by Burns to just clear that one and not fall for the gimmick. Burns, the junior from California, product out of Serrano High School, playing in her 38th career game. Goal kick coming. No games going on in the Mountain West currently. Later on today, Colorado College will take on Kansas. Wyoming is taking on Omaha. Idaho and UNLV will battle it out at 2 p.m. Eastern.
That's what happens when you have the 9 a.m. local time kickoff here on a Sunday.
Some scores around the ACC. 24th ranked USC and 3rd ranked North Carolina tied. There's a chance on the near side, just missing the post.
That was such a good ball in, and Segala had that hesitation move and then was able to just creep up on it and just didn't quite get the angle on it to put it on goal. Love to see that shot on goal, but really good setup.
The Eagles have been methodical in their possession. Sapienza, a good chance there for Boston College. That game scoreless between UNC and USC. In the first half, Duke ahead of Wisconsin, 4th ranked Blue Devils, looking to have a great season this year. Barth trying to get through on the far side. Biggest result right now is Miami trailing Georgia Southern in the first half. Perno will just kick it on the near side, but just shanks it out of play. Perno making that final save in the penalty shootout win against Wyoming in the Mountain West Championship. Really good one-on-one goalkeeper. Mency sends it back to the defensive unit. Costello looks up, trying to get this one through the middle, but inaccurate on the pass, was trying to get it over to Emily Sapienza. Now a chance for San Jose State. Another misplay. This one goes right to Richards. Richards gonna size up the defense. Has a chance for Segala on the left side. Segala puts a left boot, but right towards Perno. Good pressure defensively on the backside from Evan House.
Yeah, kind of making up for it off the turnover. Didn't see much of that in the first half from San Jose State, but a little bit of a loose one there. But boy, you give credit to Perno. Her positioning was really sound there. Saw almost no movement, got to her spot, out enough to cut the angle, and Segala really didn't have anywhere to shoot but right into the 99 across that yellow kit.
We'll see if that leads to some momentum here for the Spartans as they try to break through midfield here in the second half against Boston College. The Eagles coming off of the loss against South Carolina. Took some of those building blocks from that result and really applied it here today. This cross goes in towards Mayo. Mayo tries to find something in the box. That one bounced friendly for the Spartans. Cross goes right towards Villabrandt. Best opportunity here in the second half for the Spartans.
Just a good first one, kind of flip field a little bit. See if there can be more development for the back here from San Jose State. We talked a lot about their opportunities were off of some turnovers from the Eagles back line or off of a significant number of corners created. 5 of them in that first half compared to just 1 for BC.
Eagles will get the throw in on the far side. It's Richards who fakes the pass, now looks through the middle. Will get it over to Walk. That's the pressure that you saw from San Jose State that you've been alluding to, Eric, that creates the turnover. Phillips has Mayo. This could be a good opportunity riding the line. Flag stays down. So Kennedy Mayo's onside. Will bring it back to the near side. Tries to get the low cross in. It's across the net mouth, but no one there for San Jose State. Well, Phillips was probably the closest one there, but just out of reach for Phillips. Another chance to get back in the attacking zone. Kennedy Mayo, the junior from Pleasanton, California, playing in her 33rd career game. Has 2 goals, 3 assists for 7 points in her career. Had 2 shots against Santa Clara, 1 shot against Northeastern. Eagles reset back towards Villabrandt. They tried the combination of Flocchini and Cello. That didn't work early on, and now it's Mayo up front with Phillips. Zagala, a little late on the turn, did not see the cutter in Douglas. This one towards the upstairs in Barth, and Barth is taken down. A good position for a free kick for Boston College, just outside the box. Andy Barth draws the foul.
Well, one of the advantages that you see for BC is their speed on the wings, especially with this group, with Scala on the left and Barth on the right.
So Govan has been the one to take most of the set pieces this year. It's Walk going to her right side, and Claire Mency is going to just clear both of them out, and Mency will be the one taking the set piece. We've seen her striking abilities. Mency, the graduate student, transferred over from Bucknell. Scored a PK in the season opener for Boston College last year. First goal as an Eagle. Mency lines it up, drives it low, bounces off a defender, then hits the wall. This one's going to go in on Perneau, but not enough on it for Mency.
Not sure if that was by design, but it almost kind of worked with the second effort, trying to create something through there. We saw Laura Govan try one on the ground earlier and nearly led to an opportunity, not off the set piece in that case, but just off the run of play.
I think it also shows you in the scouting report the respect that teams have for Benta Perneau to get up. Even though she's 5'4", she has a great reading ability on shots. Obviously some angles that are tough to cover, but Perneau does a great job getting there. Advantage played on here for the Spartans. To the left side, taken now by Cello. Cello gets across into the box, flick backwards, and a shot goes off of Villabrandt, but it looks like a flag is up.
Yep, whistle came out before that final shot attempt.
Now it's San Jose State really knocking on the door here in the last 2 minutes against Boston College's defense, trying to capitalize on the mistakes. 34 minutes remaining here in the second half. Now a chance for Costello to send it up towards Richards. Passed over for Sapienza, who has some space. Flicks it up for Segala. Segala now one-on-one with a defender. Cuts it back to the inside and then tries to go through the wickets of the defender. And that's a great job by Carly Burns to draw the foul. Well, Sapienza trying to find Sydney Segala. It's a couple times now Segala hasn't had a clean touch inside the box. Maybe doing a little too much with the possession.
Certainly getting her opportunities, though, and I think that's one that you start to believe that that speed with more and more chances will get you in some good positions. Still early enough in the season, some of that stuff that can be cleaned up inside the box.
Sigala, who picked up an assist, her second of the season, on the goal by Ella Richards. Now it's Sapienza trying to get free. It's going to be a foul against Boston College, and some frustration there from Sapienza. Head official Kevin Morrison's going to have a stern conversation, but no cards coming out. Senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, as you mentioned, a transfer from Rutgers, who played in that College Cup. Fourth game played, fourth start. Someone that Jason Lowe has been aware of for a long time. Actually was part of the recruiting process when Jason was still an assistant at Wake. Some bodies hit the floor there. So it was a pretty obvious fit with Jason then here at Boston College, and Sapienza looking for a new home after her time with Rutgers. It's a mixture of new faces, those transfers that come in from different systems, and Jason Lowe just trying to put it all together here for Boston College to have a successful run in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Boston College has some history in the ACC, made it to the College Cup back in 2010. Had a great team there with Christy Mewis, Jillian Mastriani in net, part of a squad that made it to the Elite Eight in 3 seasons, 2009, 2010, and back in 2013. I told you Boston College has not made it to the tournament since 2018. They lost in the first round. This header won back, and a good battle here on the near side, taken back by Weinman. Weinman was trying to find it to her teammate in house, but it's taken back by the Eagles. A couple of subs awaiting for the next stoppage. Richards to the top of the pitch, has the ball. Sends it right back, settled by Tuffin. Gets it inside the box, and that's cleared out. Kennedy Mayo applying the pressure for San Jose State. Douglas, the freshman, retrieves back to her position. So it's Douglas on the back line with Claire Mency and Sarai Costello. We'll see 4 subs come in for the Eagles. It's going to be Kerber, Stryzik, Lowenberg, and Feely.
So basically the whole front line here for Boston College. Sigala, Richards, Sapienza, and Barth all come out. Allow Jason Lowe to keep the fresh legs on the front line. It's interesting, we talked about Claire Mency, who starting at center back once again today, but has that ability to go up and play in a striker role. We've seen that at times earlier this year, but so far today, Jason Lowe, with the 2-0 lead, has kept Mency on that back line next to Costello.
It's paid dividends against South Carolina, and now here so far in this shutout against San Jose State. Mayo was looking for some support, didn't get it. That was too heavy on the touch, and now Boston College trying to take advantage on the turnover, and a foul assessed to the Eagles. Drawing that one was Tatiana Cunningham. Cunningham was a freshman Mountain West all-newcomer team honoree last year as a freshman, playing in 21 games. Started 21 games in 22 appearances. Free kick comes just beyond midfield. And Phillips waiting for it. Flag is up. So another free kick coming up. It's going to be Villabrandt who's going to take it from inside the box. We talked about the road for the Eagles. Doesn't get any easier for San Jose State either. They'll have UC Irvine at home before traveling to St. Mary's. They'll take on Southern Utah and Cal Baptist, along with New Mexico, to get conference play started. New Mexico 1-0-2 so far on the season. Pass comes back to the near side for House. House trying to get something going here for the Spartans. Finds it back to the near side. Good pressure. So the throw-in comes. The body hits the ground, so a foul comes on the near side. So So this one's going to give San Jose State good positioning on the free kick. 28 minutes remaining here in the second half. They'll set up inside the box. 12 fouls so far called against Boston College. Wyman sets up on the near side.
San Jose State still looking for their first shot of this second half.
Wyman sets it up. Header! Nice save by Villabrandt. Dives to the right and pops it out of play.
Outstanding design by the Spartans there. That little overlap before the kick and then trying to find Mayo right in front. That was really well done. Of all these corners so far, it's 6 of them already, or excuse me, that one basically a free kick, but might as well have been a corner. That was really well designed.
Another chance inside, that one just beyond Mayo. Phillips gets it across over to Rowell and just off the side of the
So
foot.
the adjustment here for San Jose State, we saw it on the last corner of the first half and then the first free kick and then corner, but similar angle of this second half. They've tried to go wider, they've tried to go farther out, push Boston College out defensively, and then have somebody kind of sliding in. You saw it there, and it's been, again, they haven't scored yet, but you've seen some of their best chances of this match so far on some of those sequences.
It's a 2-0 lead for Boston College over San Jose State. I'm Luis Sanchez, joined alongside Eric Galanti here on ACC Network Extra. Happy to bring you some non-conference women's soccer action here on the network. Back to the near side, Boston College trying to get it right back downfield on this opportunity, but just out of reach on Feely. Feely, a Yarmouth High School product, all-time leader in goals with 66. Led her team in scoring the last 3 years before coming to Boston College. Dangerous tackle there by Walk, and it is going to be called a little late there. So free kick will come back to this side of the field. Both teams really exchanging opportunities and trying to get some more action in the box. They'll send Perneau back for this free kick. Decoys running downfield inside the BC box. This is going to go in for Mency and settled off the touch by Cunningham. Cunningham cuts through 2 defenders and now trying to pull it back. It's taken away. Great defensive play there by Stryzik. Stryzik looking up, gets the pass across for Lowenberg. Now BC trying to be a little more patient in their approach. I'll go back to Villabrandt. Oh, and on that save by Lipka Villabrandt, hasn't seen a lot of shots.
No, it's the first one on goal of the match. So it's about sometimes if you're not facing that high volume, but sometimes just as difficult to be ready and not having quite as much of a workload.
Good reaction save, keeps it a scoreless game on the San Jose State side. Now Mayo, we've said her name a bunch here in the second half, tries to connect with Phillips on the near sideline. Phillips gonna ride the sideline, nice move to get by the defender. Has Mayo to the left, now sneaks it through to Mayo. Mayo trying to fire a shot too far in the inside. Well, Phillips has broken down the defense on back-to-back sequences.
Yeah, Jason Lowe encouraging his team to shut off that side and become a touch more aggressive.
It's going to be Ava McNeil checking in for Jada Tuffin here on the near side. And Mayo will get a breather for San Jose State, along with Tiana Cello. Kick comes to about midfield. Walk trying to send it back to Costello. Headed up at midfield and now taken by Stryzik. Stryzik tries to shed the defender and she does, cuts it back to the left. Now Stryzik has some support alongside with her. That's into the box, and Parnell will make the save.
So the Eagles, after absorbing a few chances there, respond and push the pitch back the other way.
Stryzek, her father played soccer at the University of San Diego. Her mom played soccer at Queen's University. Won a national championship in 2018 with the Vancouver Whitecaps, Rex, and Mountain United. Stryzek will get it back. On the near side for Feely, the freshman. Trying to connect back with Stryzek, but just too far in front. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Cynthia Flores and Karina Berkmeyer checking back in for San Jose State. Some numbers there for San Jose State. Flores will have it on the near side. Has a runner inside the box. She'll give it up to Rubel. Rubel tries to send it across. And a nice diving stop there by Villabrandt.
So remember, we talked about at the beginning of this half, is there more development from the back here from San Jose State? And the answer has been yes. They've been able to create more off the run of play rather than just creating off the counter with some high pressure and some turnovers. Boston College has got to be careful here as the pitch feels like it's sliding the way of the Spartans a touch at the moment.
Another turnover for the Eagles, gives it back up to the Spartans, trying to sneak it through on the pass, but a good leg there by Costello and Walk.
Yeah, better job that time by the combination in the middle there of Costello, Walk, and Mency, all holding to their spots so Walk can jump up to try to defend the initial pass, but Mency's still there to take away the name.
Mency will try to send it upfield. San Jose State will apply the pressure. This is back for Kerber. Try to touch pass towards McNeil. Given back. Douglas calls for it. Now has it on the near side. She'll size up Flores. Douglas fires a shot. It's going to sail over the crossbar. Good idea there for the freshman. Had plenty of space to try to launch one. Well, 2-goal lead here for Boston College. You got to think the next one's a big one if there is one. Better one back here for the Spartans. Plenty of space on the weak side. Tipped back in front by Govin. Now another pass for Barkmeyer, junior from Mission Viejo High School. That one's just going to roll out. It's going to be a throw-in for Boston College. We talked about efficiency. It's really been passing as well, especially in the final third for San Jose State. They've had chances, they've had possession, they just have not been able to really be connected inside the offensive zone. Feely turns that one over. Throw-in comes in. It's going to be... Looked like it was off the foot on the near side of Rubel, but looks like possession goes back to San Jose State here on the throw-in. Some space by Weinman. Now settled nicely here on the near side. Back to Weinman. Little give and go. Cross comes in. No one there for San Jose State. So now Weinman will be patient. Cuts it back outside. Trying to get some more bodies in there. Villabrandt puts a leg on it. Put a boot on it, excuse me, and a rebound comes right back into the gut.
Boy, that's one where it was momentarily, it felt like there was going to be an open lane with Barkmeyer and Villabrandt on the turf there. But there was just enough time for her to reset, get into position, enough defenders around to cut the angle, and it was not really an open net to shoot at.
Recovery for Villabrandt so far today has been phenomenal, especially with the lack of shots on goal, lack of opportunities to make saves. It's now 2 saves for Vipka Villebrandt. This pass towards the middle. Walk trying to battle for it for the Eagles and takes it away. I told you Villebrandt had a phenomenal season in her freshman year, starting all 18 games, went 7-10-1 with a 1.85 goals against. Earned her first career shutout against Iona last year. Had 3 shutouts and 5 wins for the Eagles. A couple of subs here on the near side. Taken by Sydney Segala. That top line back out there for the Eagles. Richards, Segala, and Sapienza. Trying to get it back towards the defense. McNeil, plenty of space here on the near side. It's Costello eyeing it, gets it through the middle. Maddie Landers, the freshman. Her pass is deflected and now almost intercepted. It's taken back by Boston College. Well, now possessions become that much more important for both these teams. 17 minutes remaining here in the second half. Richards tries to turn and shoot. Rebound comes back out towards Kerber. Kerber, it's deflected off her body. It's going to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the both center backs were in good position on Richards that time, so even though the ball was there for a touch, it was just really nowhere for her to go. Ends up bouncing out off Kerber.
So Perneau will get the goal kick, sends everybody forward here for the Spartans. CBC has gotten back to a 4-back as McNeil is dropped lower with Douglas. Mency and Costello protecting the middle. This one a little too much spin, sends Sapienza the wrong way. And now Segala trying to track it down here. Nice touch to get by the defender, but just couldn't turn the corner. A good defensive effort there by Evan House to clear out the trouble.
Does force enough, though, to create this deep throw for Boston College. And that is all off the speed from Segala.
Mency will settle it over towards Landers. Landers gets a shot off, a bouncer right towards Perneau.
So we talked about kind of the development from the back from San Jose State. And you wonder now, coming up on 15 minutes remaining here, do they change? Do they start to push a little bit higher with some of their players in the midfield and then maybe even in the back? Eagles have done a little bit of flipping the field here. And remember, Jason Lowe still has some of those offensive attackers to bring off the bench. Sapienza's back in along with Richards. Still has Barth he can go to as well.
Here's Kerber now, finds it to the top of the box. Find a shot, but it's off to the near side. Kenna Thomas, the sophomore, will check in here for Douglas. Miyazato right back out onto the pitch along with Kennedy Mayo. Barkmeyer will check out. Rowell will check out as well. Carissa Rubel finds her way to the sideline. 75th minute here in Newton. A 2-0 lead for Boston College. Both goals coming off the foot of Ella Richards. Her first goal came in the 7th minute to put Boston College ahead, 1-0. Her second in the 29th. Both teams have exchanged opportunities here in the second half. 2 shots on goal for San Jose State, 2 saves for Vipka Villebrandt. This one off the head and down the line. Tracking it down is House. She'll just try to give it back to Perneau. Little collision there, but Cunningham comes away with it.
Did a good job staying with it.
And now a great pass to Phillips. Phillips has to beat Thomas, and Thomas Thomas, a great defensive play. Phillips falls onto the ball, and Thomas, the sophomore, stays with it.
That's a really good job defending the ball, not defending the player there, right? The ball doesn't move even while the player tries to slide, but Thomas stays with the ball all the way, and that's why she's able to be in position to make that defensive play.
Sophomore from Simi Valley, California, played for LAFC SoCal Youth Program. Here's a chance for Mayo, tries to flick it over Villabrandt, and too much on it. Kennedy Mayo has really had the best opportunity so far today for San Jose State. A little bit of pressure there from Vipka Villabrandt. Adjust the angle on that chip shot. 14 total shots from Boston College, 8 shots for San Jose State. This one's booted towards the middle and taken by Sapienza. It's going to lead to a throw-in here for San Jose State. It looks like a little bit too much contact on the far side of the field, and a little slow to get up is going to be Tiana Cello. So the trainers will come out onto the field. Both teams will head to their respective benches. Cello, the junior from Sierra High School in Manteca, California, playing in her 45th career game. Picked up her 31st career start. 2 goals, 3 assists, 7 total points in her career.
Again, this unique to the college game with an injury where ends up becoming sort of a free timeout. We'll see the adjustment here for San Jose State in the final 12 minutes of this one. Again, their best moments have been creating off of some of the turnovers. To the Eagles' credit, they have tightened up on the back line. Even though there has been more possession in the San Jose offensive end in this second half than we've seen in the first half, which is not overly surprising considering the deficit that the Spartans find themselves in at the moment. Cello is really an amazing player, listed at just 5'0" on the card, but leads the Spartans in shots quite a bit. Did so against Northeastern.
Yeah, last year had a phenomenal goal against Colorado College that was featured on SportsCenter's top plays. Fired 24 shots on the season, 10 of which were on goal as a sophomore. Looks like she is able to walk off the field into the near sideline under her own power. We'll have her check out on the near side, and we'll see if Tina Estrada will have a substitute or if Cello will finish out this game. It's a 2-0 lead for Boston College here at the Newton Soccer Complex. I'm Luis Sanchez, joined alongside Erica Lanti. Happy to be with you here on a lovely Sunday afternoon for some college soccer. Throw-in will come from the far side. San Jose State running out of time, and they know it.
And it is Cello who's going to come right back in.
She gets right back into the action, working her way towards the top of the penalty box. Throw-in comes in from Mayo on the far side of the field. It was Landers trying to escape with it. Now Weinman trying to connect that pass inside for Cello, and now it's turned over. Eagles will take it back. Boston College trying to go the other way. Richards resets back towards the defense. Cunningham stops that possession for a moment. Now here's the speed from Kerber, trying to get the pass over on the near side for Segala. Segala has Thomas, and Thomas with plenty of space gonna fire the left boot. Thomas punched out by Perneau. A beautiful shot on target by Kenna Thomas, but an even better save by Benta Perneau.
Well, you might say maybe that shot's a touch far out, but it's perfectly placed. It creates the corner. And again, at this stage of the game, it just knocks time off the clock that hurts San Jose State more than anything. So that's really well done. And I think that was the best job by Segala since she set up the Richards goal earlier of stopping that ball well and then immediately using the help rather than just trying to create 1v1. That was really well done, and Thomas nearly found the opportunity.
It's a corner kick for the Eagles. This will come towards the top of the box, and a foul inside the box. Some contact there to the head of Flokini. Looks like the ref stopped the clock for a moment on the reset. 11 minutes remaining here in the second half. 79th minute here from Newton. Perneau will boot this one towards midfield on the near sideline. It's Thomas who wins the header battle. And now some pressure here for the Eagles. It's going to be forced out of play. So a throw in coming, and a substitute back for Boston College. It's going to be Sonia Walk, the senior, checking back in. She'll take the place of Maddie Landers, a freshman. A product from North Andover, Massachusetts, did what was asked and had a couple of opportunities in the offensive zone in the midfield position. Now San Jose State. Throw-in comes from Fortenberry. Now sent towards the middle for Weinman. Plays the bounce. Another chance for Kerber to try to beat the defense. Kerber gets spun around. That's going to go out for a throw-in. Now Cello. All 5 foot of her, taking that battle to the far end line. It's going to be a corner kick coming up for San Jose State. It's the 7th corner kick of the afternoon for the Spartans. We'll see if they go back to that outside. As you talked about, Eric, setting up a little further out. Tyler Phillips, the junior, back out for the corner. Line drive, this one cleared out by the Eagles.
That was kind of a good example of it, right? That time was more direct on goal, and the Eagles have defended those pretty well over the course of this one.
Another throw-in that comes in. Cello turns into the box, tries to beat Costello, but another good defensive effort, that time by Mency to clear it out. A throw-in comes for Boston College. Well, the other addition that adds on that back line is size with Mency back there. All 6 foot of the graduate student. With Costello at 5'7", Walk at 5'6", and McNeil, who's getting the starts at 5'6". It really gives you some presence back there. Kept in as Phillips called for it. Thomas still on Phillips. Passes it over for Cunningham, trying to get it into the box for Mayo. Mayo trying to turn around. He's going to have to make a move here before the help comes, and the pass just taken away. Another chance. It's Phillips, fires a shot, and a save by Villabrandt. Had some traffic in front, but Phillips cannot find the back of the net. Another impressive save by Vipka Villabrandt.
Yeah, so it was Weinman that kind of brought that ball across a bunch of maroon jerseys there. Beg your pardon, Flokini, who brought that across for San Jose State, and it just felt like there was a better shot in there, but it just never really came. The Eagles did enough on the back line to prevent really the grade A chance.
The defense regroups and now sets up an offensive opportunity for Richards. She gets that ball taken away and cleared out, so a throw-in upcoming. Some subs checking in as well. Teguise, the junior for the Eagles, will check in for Segala. And it looks like Flores is back out there. Cynthia Flores, the senior, will check in for Phillips. This one sent into the box right to the basket of Perneau, and she's trying to get San Jose State upfield quickly here. Flores in a battle with Thomas. Thomas commits the foul. Fortenberry will have the throw in. Foul assessed. BC thought it was a throw in. Instead, it's a free kick. Teguise going to be applying the pressure on the ball here on the near side. Kayla Fortenberry will send this into the box on the service. Another one that's cleared away, and Cunningham just trying to size that one up, gets in front of it to block it. Weinman looking for Flores. Now Mayo trying to turn, but nothing doing. Great job defensively by Costello. Another boot. It stays in play.
That was 3 times there. Ball never went out on the side. He's staying with it.
That's going to go into the box as Villabrandt will wait the pressure here and then pick it up. But in these last 10 minutes, Boston College really selfless, putting themselves in the shooting lanes, clearing out any opportunities. Must be frustrating for the San Jose offense. Chance for Kerber on the inside. Cuts it back. Another pass that was going back towards the outside. Kerber gets a deflected ball. Tries to make a run. Crosses it in, and it's cleared out. Be a throw-in coming in for the Eagles.
But again, forcing play down this end of the field with just 5:09 remaining in what has been a quick-moving second half.
That one taken away by McNeil. Kerber going to use her speed, try to beat the defense to get this one in, but it's deflected out of play, and a corner kick coming up for the Eagles. Just their 3rd corner kick of the afternoon. It's going to be Govin heading to the corner. She'll have some support with Emily Sapienza on the short pass, and Sapienza will just wait to draw the Spartans. I will stay with Boston College here on the throw-in. Kerber trying to keep possession in that corner. BC just trying to kill as much clock as they can. Mayo and Cello over there trying to free that ball up. It's Mayo who comes up with it. No one in the central for San Jose State. They have everybody back trying to get that ball free. Another chance in for Richards. And that's going to be headed out of play. A corner coming up for the Eagles.
Miyazato did enough to force that ball out. And of course, you have Perno who's coming out as well, which then creates Richards all alone in behind. But the touch had enough on it to force it out. Lewis all the way down to 3:37 here in this second half.
BC just going to utilize the corner here. Try to free this one. That one's just going to hit the pole. And now it's cleared out by Boston College. Throw-in comes for San Jose State, probably in the deepest part of the pitch. And Flores will be reset back towards the corner. There's a shot on the inside, but inaccurate, and it's going to be a goal kick. Perno will try to go quickly here with 3 minutes remaining in the second half. We've seen crazy things happen in college soccer. Does San Jose State have a comeback in them?
Well, step one is just trying to get some possession here. They have not had it over the last few minutes to even try to get balls forward. That's one there. It goes right into the Boston College defensive wall. They're immediately able to force it back. I think Jason Lowe might have an argument there. He's seeing did that ball deflect off a hand of San Jose State? I thought it may have as well in the midfield.
And Kevin Morrison's waving him off here on the near side.
Again, down to 2:20 to go, and that's a real opportunity there for San Jose State. We're not able to establish possession here. I know they're trying to throw bodies forward, but have not been able to possess it here over the last few minutes.
Trying to find that one towards Richards. Elevated on the near side for Teguise, and that one's going to go into the box. Perno will have it. Less than 2 minutes to play here in Newton. Thomas wins that battle. Now it's Mency, who had Mayo draped on her, but too heavy of a touch. Gives it right back to the Spartans. Fortenberry sends Cunningham down the pitch. Throw-in comes in, and right back towards Fortenberry. 90 seconds remaining here in the second half. Mency clears the trouble. Flores now trying to get this pass over from Mayo. Gets the cross over, but no one there. Trying to track it down, but a foul is called on Weinman. Well, if you're Tina Estrada, you've got to be happy with the possessions that you had inside the attacking zone. It's just about, as we talked about, the efficiencies, about converting on those opportunities. And unfortunately for the day today, San Jose State has been unable to capitalize.
Yeah, look, up to 7 corners. They end up with 3 shots on target in this second half. There were some moments there on some set pieces and some corners, but it just felt like it was a lot off the counter. The Eagles did a pretty good job not letting San Jose State ever really have a flow of gaining possession. It was kind of one-off here and there in terms of the counter. And Boston College did a good job being the one that controlled the majority of the possession in this game.
10 seconds remain here in the second half. A foul assessed there just beyond midfield, and the Spartans will try to get one more look at the net. And Cello is spun around. The final buzzer sounds here from the Newton Soccer Complex. And the Boston College Eagles earn their first victory of the season. 2 goals from Ella Richards, her 4th career